Hello, you wonderful people. It's 2025, and I don't have any New Year's resolutions. At least that's not what I'm calling them because New Year's resolutions always break. But I wanted to make a different video today. Some of you may not know my story. I switched careers into development. Back in the day, I started learning to code when I was 35. I didn't get my first job until 39. My journey was rough, but I've started this YouTube channel to kind of keep a track of my journey and see if I'm actually going to get a job. So what I wanted to do today is to go down memory lane and rewatch the video and react to it with you on can you learn to code in 3 months? And it has a subnote, I have a secret. You can tell this is old because I am skinnier in this video. Oh my God, this is from 4 years ago. So let's see if I had anything smart to say.
I just saw a video on YouTube. I learned to code in 2 months. This is how I did it. I watched the whole video, and guess what? It was like an infomercial. This guy's like really cool, and he's basically trying to sell his course, which I have nothing wrong with selling courses. But to sell a course with this idea that you could be job ready in 2 months, it's ridiculous. It's out of control. As much as I want to one day be like Ty Lopez and, sell out and sell court. No, I don't want to do that, guys.
It's so funny from 4 years ago. I'm already starting to hate on those creators that are pushing their courses. And there's definitely nothing wrong learning from courses. I have like a bajillion Udemy courses, but I think this kind of idea of a quick fix to get anything in life, not just coding, but anything in life, that's just so ridiculous. Every time you're going to try to get somewhere quickly, you're just going to burn yourself out or you're going to burn yourself, which is true.
But the whole point is what are people smoking? Like, what are they thinking? Like, you cannot develop a high paying job skill or skill that's in demand in 2 months, 3 months.
Oh, I even have an intro. Wow.
Like 6 months, it's like, I'm like, yeah, if you hustle, you don't work, you stay at home and study like for 24 hours a day, you surround yourself with amazing people that teach you stuff, and like it's possible. Like if you've never done anything before.
You know what? What did I say? Did I say if you just stay home all day and study and maybe it's possible? No, it's not. Still 2 months. It's such a short period of time that everything takes work. I would say 2 years is probably the realistic minimum. And if someone says I got a job in a year, God bless you, but goddamn, it's a lot of work.
But 2 months, come on. I'm sick and tired of constantly people asking this question, can I learn to code and get a job in 3 months? You could learn to code in 3 months, but in terms of the basics, you could learn the basics in 3 months and
Dropping
understand.
some
I
wisdom.
just get so frustrated because it makes me feel stupid. Maybe I am, right? Because it
Probably
been
I'm
a
stupid.
journey for me, taking a while to get to a point where I feel comfortable that I kind of know what I'm talking about. And
The funny thing here, I already have my first job, and it was working for this company called VersaSuite. I was literally working as a React developer for $13.75 per hour, which is ridiculous. And I only did it because I really wanted to switch careers, and I figured the experience I get at the company is way more worth than the pay that I got, which is funny because I had to do this job and work another job just to make ends meet.
then I see other developers who are intermediate level developers, even senior level developers, who still say like, yeah, sometimes things are hard and you got to look things up and it's very difficult. And even we don't have all the answers. And so for me, this idea of like,
I still have the
how
same
quickly
car,
can you become a web developer,
my poor
learn in
Toyota
2 3
Camry.
months and then make $150,000 is just not true. And I talked in my previous video why I think some people do that. It's either because they want to sell courses, or number two, because they want to make you feel feel, like it's possible, like it's not a far reaching goal. You know what I mean? And I totally agree with trying to keep everybody motivated. So this YouTube channel is always going to talk about how difficult things are, and how if you want to develop something that's going to be worth and like valuable, it's going to take time. It just like, it makes zero sense to me to expect, that's not even how the market works, right?
Yeah, the before we continue watching this, this is so crazy watching myself from 4 years ago and trying to imagine where I was mentally. And the whole point of this channel was to just kind of talk about my journey of breaking into the industry. And I wanted to just continue talking about what it takes to get hired. But now that I've been hired, I'm now thinking like, what does it take to not get fired and to like actually keep your job? And the way the landscape has changed and shifted with all the AI stuff, because ChatGPT wasn't a thing back then. And the crazy part is that I still think anybody who's interested in learning to code or looking to switch careers, I still think getting into tech, it's still a good idea. Things just changed and things are different, and it's still hard and it was never easy, but I still recommend it.
Where you get paid what you deserve is being able to provide that higher value. And to kind of make that argument that in 2 3 months you could learn more than someone who went to college, or someone who went to college as an English major, then went to coding boot camp and probably was coding at home for a long time. It's just not true. And anybody who gets caught up in the hype watching those videos, like that's all it is hype. They're trying to sell something. They're trying to show you an image, the idea of the lifestyle you're gonna have. I will have to find it, but I was at this beautiful beach in Thailand with my fiance, and they were so amazing. And it looked like we paid $10,000 just to rent the spot. But the truth is, it was only like $60 for the whole day. But it literally looked like a bajillion dollars. And I did, as a joke, create this video like, if you do this like I did in 3 months, you could have a lifestyle just like me. And that's complete nonsense. It's complete trash, because
That's so funny. So, I don't see it as much anymore, but back when I first started to learn to code, they were pushing a lot of boot camps, and there's a lot of instructors who were selling courses as a almost like that quick scheme to get rich. Learn this in 3 months, you're gonna land 100,000 six-figure income, which is all BS. And I'm glad that I don't see as much of that now. And maybe it's just videos that are not recommended to me like that. But I remember it's just so funny seeing videos of these dudes talking about their job, showing off their car, showing up their beach, showing their pretty girlfriend. And I remember I was in Thailand with my fiance, and I know this video didn't age well because I'm single now. Oh my God, I don't have my beautiful fiance anymore. But we were sitting at the beach, and as a joke, I did record this video because it was beautiful. And it was just amazing, kind of showing this facade of this high life that somebody may have. But the truth is, no matter what you're trying to achieve, it all takes time, it all takes works, and you just have to be committed to it. I remember before switching careers to doing tech, I did Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and I just consumed myself on improving my skill as a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu practitioner. I got my black belt. I trained 7 days a week. So I put in the time and the work to make sure that I was getting better. And I think that's the attitude that you need to take everywhere, where if you work as a developer, you do the best that you can to be the best developer you can. If you work as a plumber, you try to be the best plumber that you can, but it's not going to be in 2 months.
that's not how things work. Anything that you are going to accomplish that's valuable takes time. And if it didn't take you time, it's because you got lucky. It's plain and simple. What I want to say to you guys today is, if you're getting caught up in the hype, just stop it. You need to code,
Smart
you need to
advice,
study. You don't
even
have
four
to learn
years
from me.
ago.
You don't have to learn from anybody, just because there's so much resources out there for you, that, from free code camp, which is free and it's pretty nice. And
Free
a lot
code
of
camp
people on
is
YouTube
free.
made a lot of videos based on their curriculum, so you have a lot of support and you could just get to it. You just need to start coding. Like, I want to make tutorials, not because I want to make tutorials for the sake of making tutorials, because I want to get better at being able to teach this stuff.
And
One
that
day
is
maybe
true.
I'll even
Here's the funny part. I started talking about free code camp, but check this out. Let me open it in a new window. Uh, Let's go to free code camp remix. And that's me right there. I went from talking about learning from free code camp to actually making a course on free code camp on building things with remix and strappy, which is pretty awesome. I'm actually making another course for free code camp because I want to share all the things that I learned for free. I don't want to have paid courses. I don't think that'll ever change. I might, just that's just kind of, I think education should be free unless I'm working business to business and training or doing consulting. That's a different story. You know what? I got to buy food. But to me, that is amazing. I went from like just using free CodeCamp to being like, hey, I am making a course on free CodeCamp. That is hilarious
Can have
and cool.
tutorials that I could, sell in like 20 years from now. But the point is, I just want to provide value through sharing, valuable information, helping you learn from the mistakes I made, and the point is, it doesn't have to be for me. But the one thing that I do want to do that I hope you guys get from me is the honesty in terms of like what it takes. It is hard. It takes hard work. You will never stop studying. I study every
I
day. It's
still study
freaking
all the time.
insane. Like when I was in middle school and high school, I hated studying. I never wanted to study. And now it's just something that I have to do. Because if you stop
That
studying,
is
if
so
you stop
true. I
learning,
studied
you're gonna move
today.
backwards. I
Oh
think
my
learning
god.
to code is like riding a escalator the wrong way. Like if as soon as you stop walking or walking up an escalator the wrong way, as soon as you stop, you're gonna end up on the bottom. So
I
you
like
need
that
to be
saying,
an
and
avid
I think
learner. You have
it's applies to anything worth doing. So doing anything well, it's like walking up an escalator that's going down. So if you just walk medium speed, you're just gonna stay in the same place. If you stop though, it's gonna drag you all the way to the bottom. So you have to constantly do a little bit more and a little bit better every day to continue to improve. I didn't come up with that example, but man, it's pretty
to
cool.
pursue and want it. And that's why I tell people, if you think like you're gonna code and get the job for the money, it's just not worth it. It's too difficult. And so I get sick and tired. I'm gonna start for fun because I want to have fun making these videos. I'm gonna start calling out channels which obviously just promote this idea of how you could learn to code really fast, and because they're selling a course.
So I actually didn't call out any channels. I don't think like doing that type of negative content and being dramatic, like that. Back in the day, there was that flu guy who called out everybody. But I think it's important to know that, yeah, like anything that you want to do well, it will take time commitment. And this concept of getting this job for money, I think there's many other ways to make money that are better from the standpoint of like if you like it or not. For instance, if you don't like coding, and you know it's going to make you miserable, it's not a good way to make money because you will get depressed. You do have to enjoy it. I am actually passionate about everything that I do. And I think I would be lying to you that I could have done this if I didn't like it. I don't think I would have, especially like I have ADHD, something I got diagnosed with like a year ago. And this makes sense. I only pursue things that I enjoy. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to stick with them and do them for a long time. Another idea is that if people think it's easy money, there's something wrong with that attitude. Like, for instance, when I worked as a developer for almost 2 years, I got paid $13 an hour and 75 cents because, like, if you make money your goal, and this is my perspective, it's not going to motivate you enough to be the best that you can. Maybe some people are motivated by that, but like if money is your concern, like which I is important. Of course, you have to have food, you have to eat, you have to take care of your family. So that's a very valid reason. But try to find an endeavor that makes you happy as you continue with it. I think that's the most important part. And I always joke around like if I got fired, which I probably will at some point, it's I would still code, I would still do this no matter what. And this is why I continue to do this because it's fun.
There's few channels out there. There's a lot of channels out there that are not that. And those are the channels that I would talk about and recommend. One of the channels that comes to the top of my head, and I'm sure you guys watch this channel, is Brad Traversy.
So Brad Traversy, my goodness, OG, I started with him like took some of his courses, but he's not as popular from the set. Like I get it. He's at the point that he might as well just retired. He made his mark. He did it. He, he did everything he needed to do. He said everything he needed to say. Amazing guy. But you could tell this is old because back in the day, that's what everybody talked about.
Is amazing guy. Academy is amazing guy. Like,
Academy.
they do really good tutorials. They give a lot of free content, and they're not trying to scam you. And they're really, they don't try to sell you this fake ass dream that one day you're going to become a developer. So I just wanted to share this with you because I know that when you're on YouTube, and right now I don't have a lot of followers, which doesn't matter, but people find these videos. And I think it's important to have, people that take the responsibility, at least be somewhat open about their experience, to not play this game where they're like, oh, it was easy, I just became a developer and I make bajillion dollars, and they don't tell you that they've been studying for like 20 years. I just watched this YouTuber. He's got like 12,000 subscribers, but he makes really good quality videos.
Here's the funny thing, this YouTuber who only had 12,000 subscribers, you will never guess who this YouTuber is. It's Web Dev Cody. I remember following him when he only had about 12,000 subscribers. And what is happening with my internet right now? But his channel blew up and right now he's killing it. And that's because he makes really good, honest content. Of course, I don't have internet. Let me refresh. I want to see Web Dev Cody. Yeah, he had at that time about 12,000 subscribers. Now he's at quarter of a million, which is insane. Amazing dude, really good hearted. He like invited me on his channel. He came to my channel when I was just nobody. I'm still nobody. And part of my motivation and the reason still sticking around with this whole YouTube grift is because of Web Dev Cody. And he's an amazing dude. And I can't say enough of good things about him. But he was the YouTuber that I was talking about in this video who did not have that many subscribers when we started.
I forgot his name. I'll probably post it here.
Oh my gosh, I can't even remember things as correctly as they happened. But I thought it was Web Dev Cody. But I remember this other Cornelius guy. He ended up going a weird route and started talking about exposing fraudsters, and nothing like coding related. But he also grew up to like 200 something thousand subscribers. Yeah, but it's so crazy, this memory lane thing. But anyway, it's funny because I could have swore it was Web Dev Cody because I remember having the similar conversation with him, and that was wild and crazy. And Dorian Develops is also another one who started and didn't have that many subscribers. And what's funny, like they all been working on this YouTube game for a long time. And here's the thing for me, like I think like Web Dev Cody does it the right way. And if I were to emulate somebody and want to be like someone, it would be Web Dev Cody, because I think for me, I really enjoy the technical stuff. I love coding and I would want to do more content related to coding, but maybe like doing stuff, reactions like this. Let me know in the comments if videos like this make sense to you. But yeah, wow, this is crazy. Let's see what else I have to say.
If every Tom, Dick, and Jerry, I guess that's an expression, right? Could accomplish these goals in 3 months, this market would definitely be saturated.
If every Tom, Dick, and oh my God, what am I saying? Could accomplish? Yeah, I think like if it was easy to break into the industry, the market would be even more saturated. And I don't think it's saturated as people make it sound to me. I think it's a combination of like economy, um, maybe a little bit of AI, and other factors. But I had friends who got laid off and they all are back and working. I don't know any of my friends who are developers who are still unemployed. And I'm only friends with developers at this point. And so a lot of them that I talked to who got laid off, they all now working at their next position, their next gig. I know the market is tough, but if you continue the application, work with recruiters, send a lot of do a lot of like proper applications, targeted applications, you're gonna get there, you're gonna get hired. I know there's some truth and definitely layoffs happening, but a lot of those people are getting rehired. And what's unfortunate, a lot of the companies that do layoffs, they do it just so they could meet their numbers. And then once the new quarter starts or new year starts, they sometimes rehire back the same people, which is insane.
There'll be too many, like, everybody will be a freaking coder and programmer. Everybody's going to be like making YouTube channels and videos, but not that many people do it. Or at least some people start, they never finish. Why? Because it's hard, it's difficult, it is challenging. So I just wanted to give you this honesty, the truth. I'm sure you guys know
Honesty,
this,
the
but
truth, man.
if
I
you
kept it
just
real
happen to
back in the
think
day. I
that
don't know what
maybe
happened. I got
some of the
older.
younger
I'm
students that
in
find
my
my channel
40s
and you
now.
think like, oh my God, I just want to find that quick
I don't even
fix,
have
that
the cool
super secret
clothing this guy
formula. It
had. Look at
doesn't
that hat.
exist, guys.
That
It's
shirt
just
is cool.
working
That
hard
sweatshirt was
and
sick.
doing your thing. And I would recommend and tell you that, if you're just interested about making money, coding might not be the best way. There are other
That's true.
options where you could learn how to make money. There's other things you
Crypto.
could do,
Just
which would
kidding.
probably be more enjoyable. So anyway, if you liked this video, definitely share, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what you guys think. Agree
I
or
think I was
disagree.
better at
Also, check out
YouTubing
some of my other videos.
4 years
I
ago.
think you might like him. And if you're gonna hate, I say this in every video, like, I don't mind you guys hating, but I do mind if you're not leaving any constructive criticism. And look,
Constructive
before
criticism.
I end this video, I
I'm
know
a,
some of you guys are
this
gonna
is so
complain they're
funny.
super.
Back then, I was like, I don't mind if you hate, but please leave some constructive criticism. I'm at a point now, you could hate and leave whatever the comments you want in the comment section. It all matters. It's all engagement. But back then, I was like, oh, just constructive criticism. Hilarious.
Sunny outside. We can't see anything. This is terrible quality. I'm gonna say this to you guys. Look, I was gonna be lazy and not make a video, and I decided, just like with coding, I code every day. I'm like, you know what? I'm definitely not gonna make a video every day, but let me make one at least every couple of days and keep this ball rolling. And I hope.
Dude, I hope my goal is to get a little bit skinnier so I could kind of resemble my older self. Um, and I think like here's the YouTube grift. You like look at my face in this
Question
video
you should be asking.
and look at the baby how I used to look 5 years ago. Am I too old to learn to code? The truth about become my God. At this point, before I start crying because my face is two big babies squashed together, that's because my face is cute. But I'm just saying, like, this is ridiculous. Anyway, I wanted to go down memory lane and kind of show you that where I was 4 years ago and kind of basically the type of stuff I was thinking. And I'm still on YouTube. I'm still working in the industry. I switched from being a strictly software engineer to being and working in developer relationship where there's software engineering and then there's also teaching and then there's also writing and creating content, which is a perfect role for me, and I'm going to continue doing that. But with that being said, whatever you want to achieve, it's always going to be hard. You just have to decide, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to work towards, and just do it. Because at the end of the day, you only get one life, and why pursue things that you don't want to pursue? Don't let the difficulty of it stop you or whatever else people are saying on YouTube. With that being said, Happy New Year. Wish you all the best to your family. And thank you so much for all your support. And I'll see you in the next one.